Hello friend, welcome back. In our previous video, here we was able to successfully get all that our CSS, images and then the SVGs, right? Great, right now it's very lucrative. Right now we don't need this, so I simply close it, okay? Now I want to get all that our dynamic data. That means if you now click it in here, right now there is one of the static I have passed ID as a 0, right? So when that will be as a 1, it will be get that 1 data. When that will be as a 2, then that will be get that our 2 data. So if you want to get it, I have already created one of the JSON file, right, into the data, and there is our JSON file. Here you can see they have some of the data. Okay, so that is all that our product data. And into this product data area, like there is one of the ID as a 0, ID as a 1, ID as a 2. So this all the data now I want to do in our index. Into this index, I have already created one of the URL. You can see that is our bicycle, and then that will be all that our ID, right? So now here, first of all, I want to import our this JSON data, and then here with this query string, I want to find all the data. Okay, I want to find all the data from our data JSON. So if you want to do that, first of all, we have to get this our JSON file. That means JSON data. So if you want to get it, simple work, like I take one of the variable. Okay, I take one of the variable as a constant variable. There is a constant variable, I just name it as a bicycles. Okay, bicycles. And then I want to get this data. So if you want to get it, then that will be as the same as a required, and into this required area, now here we have to pass our file location. Okay, right now that is our file. You can see there is a data. So now there is a data, and after the data there is our data JSON. Okay, I simply loaded this file. So if you want to check it, is everything is perfectly get or not, you can check it with the console log. Okay, console, and with this console log I want to display our this bicycle. Now let's check this out, what type of data it will be display in our terminal. Like if you click as a save all, yeah, you can see it's not perfectly get all that our JSON data. Right now I want to get these all JSON data, and then one by one I want to find out all that our ID. Okay, I want to find out all that ID in our URL. That means that is actually our URL. Here I want to find it, right? So if you want to do that work, I want to do right now, we don't need this. Okay, sorry, we don't need this bicycle. I have already get all that our JSON data. Now I want to find all that data. Okay, I want to find it in here. So after that better I want to do is very simple. I want to take one of the variable as a constant variable. Okay, constant variable, I just name it as a same name as a bicycle. Yes, I name it as a bicycle, and then I want to get all that our data JSON data. I have already get it as a bicycles, right? So that is our bicycles. Now I want to do from here. So from here I want to add that as a find method. Okay, that is our find method. So now with this find method I want to get all that our ID, right? So for the reasons here I want to create one of the array function. Okay, into this that is our the array function I simply created. So that is our array function. Great. And into this array function area I want to pass all that our bicycle value data. So I just make it as only B. Okay, that B means that is all that our bicycle which data I get it from our JSON, right? That means from our data JSON. So I simply pass that JSON, that is here I pass it by the one of the parameter, and now I want to put on the condition. Okay, so now with this, okay, with this I want to is that our JSON all the data, JSON data ID. JSON data ID means that is our data JSON, and then that is our ID. When this ID will be matched with our requested ID, you can see that is our requested ID, right? So now I want to pass it when that will be as a equal as our requested ID. Okay, when that will be as a requested ID, then I want to get appropriate data. So if you want to check it, better I want to do with the console log. Okay, with this console, and in the console login area I want to check our this bicycle. I simply get this bicycle. So now let's check this out. I want to click as a save all, and now here I want to access as a 3. Okay, I want to get that our 3 ID data. So if you now click as a enter, now if you want to check it in our terminal, so into this terminal, now that's actually display our host name. Okay, it's getting that all that host. If you go, you can see I am actually display this console log with the requested header. For the reasons actually is display this message. Right now I simply remove it. Okay, I simply remove it, which is totally fine. I have already updated our dynamic URL, which is totally fine. Okay, now let's check this out. Click as a save all. Okay, I click as a save all, and now our server is now running. And then if you click as a enter again, and now if you go to the terminal, yes, you can see it's now successfully get our which data is now successfully get our specific ID3 data, right? All that ID3 data is now successfully loaded. Great. And if you make it as a I make it as a 5, click as a enter. Now that should be get our 5 ID data. If you go, you can see after that it's get that as a 5 ID data. Okay, so that is our ID as a 5. Perfect. Now I want to that is our URL, right? Here that is our string, query string, and into this query string when you pass as a 5, it's get that our 5 ID data. If you pass that as again 2, I make it as a 2 data, click as a enter. Now if you go, now you can see our last data is here as a ID2, right? So now I want to do when that will be as a ID2. So this ID2, all the data I want to visible it in our which place? That is our view place, right? That is our overview. That means if we go to our view, and that is our overview page, right? Right now we don't need this. All that our JSON data right now one by one that will be displayed in here. Okay, so into this overview, like that is our images. Okay, that will be displayed the images here. There is the image alter tag name will be displayed, and then there is a name will be displayed. There is also another percentage value will be displayed. So that is all that our JSON data. Now I want to do and to apply it in here. Okay, so like there is a name, there is a hash discount, and there is a discount. So here we have to calculate that discount price, and into this discount price area here we will actually add all that our data. Okay, and also there is the images. So I want to do that work with using one of the identifier. Okay, like here I want to add some of the identifier, and that is I make it as a images. The server will be understand that is one of the images, and then here we will pass all that our dynamic value. I show you, then everything will be more clear. Like if you want to add that identifier, I take one of the greater than and the less than, and then I name it. Here I take 2 of this percentage, and into this percentage area I name one of the identifier name as an image. Okay, better I make it as a capital letter as an image. And also I want to add another identifier that will be our product name. Okay, I want to add another identifier here, and then I want to add that bubble percentage, and then I want to make it as a name. Okay, I name it as a name. Great. That means our ID, you can see that is actually the name, and then there have the images. So I will actually add all the things in our this identifier area. I show you, like there is one of the name, and also that will be another name. Okay, I name it as a name, and then here I will actually have to calculate this data. Okay, here we have to calculate this data. For the reasons here we have to do, I just name it whatever the name actually choose. I name it as a new price. Okay, I name it as a new price. So that will be one of the identifier name. Okay, now I want to add all that our data. So if you want to add this data from where actually I loaded this page, like right now we don't need this. I have loaded our this view page from here. You can see that is our overview.html, right? And here I have already added that conditions. Right now we don't need this console log. I simply remove it. Okay, and in here now I want to replace it. As I told you, that is all that our identifier. Here I want to now replace it with our this JSON data. Okay, that images, whatever the image as a 1 png, 0 png, all that images will be added in here. Okay, so if you want to replace it, then in our HTML, okay, into this HTML here I want to replace it. Okay, I want to replace, that will be as a replace one of the method. So I want to replace what? I want to replace here. I want to load one of the regular expressions. So when you run that any regular expression, as I told you, that will be one of the double slash, right? And into this area here I want to replace with our which things, that will be replace our like as image. Okay, that is our image. So I want to copy our total image. I copy it, and then I want to paste it. Okay, so that is our regular expression code, and this will be as a global, right? If you want to make it as a global, then only we have to pass one of the global identifier as a G, right? So I make it as a G. Now that will be as a global, and after that I want to get our all that images, right? Here with this we'll already check it. With this we'll get all that our JSON data, and into the JSON data you can see there is the images, right? It should be replaced with this image. So I have already get all the data. That means here I get this data with this variable, and now into this variable here with this I want to access our image. Okay, JSON data or field name as an image, right? Here I want to access this image. I hope friend it's very much clear to you. Okay, So I simply replace it with this. Now it should be automatically replaced. Like if you click as a save all, click as a save all, and now if you go, now that is should be changed because that is our 2id. That should be another image display. Now click as enter. Now they have some of the error. Why? If you go, you can see it's also displays some of the error. It's display this error as I am actually using that HTML, right? Here you can see I make it as a constant. So for when you use that as a constant variable, that means that will be not that reusable, right? So here I am actually using this HTML. For the reasons better I want to do to make it as a let. I hope friend you can see when you actually get some of the error, then it's helpful. So now I make it as a let. So now we can actually reusable this variable. Now that should be work. Now click as a save all. Now it's running. Now refresh it again. Yes, you can see it's now display another image. If you make it as a 3, now click as enter. Yes, now it's loaded another one. If you make it as a 4, now click as enter. Now there is our another image. Okay, that means all that our JSON data, that JSON, all that images, that is image 1 for the ID 1, that is a 2 for the ID 2, right? I hope friend you get some of the idea how much usually we actually do this work. Now I want to work for our rest of this like as a name. I copy it and then I paste it and I just put the name. I name it as a name, right? So that will be as a name. I make it as a name, and into this with this bicycle, our database name. If you go, you can say our, that means database means our JSON data field name as a name, right? So that should be as a name. So right now our name will be replaced. Now click as a save all. Now go there, click as a refresh. Now you can see that is it. I've successfully updated that name, and also that is our another one. I make it as a 3. So for the 3 now that should be changed. Now click as a enter. Now for the 3 ID, there is a name as a hero. You can see it's now successfully updated. If you go to our JSON data, into the JSON data, there is a ID 3. You can see there is a name. Image is also updated, right? And now there is another option for the original price and then discount price. So I want to display our discount price. Okay, so if you want to calculate that discount price, what exactly you have to do? Simple. I want to do first of all here I want to first of all I would take one of the variable as a late, and then I would name it as a price, because here we have to get that our main price, right? So that is everything in our bicycle, right? So here I have already get this data. So with this I want to access our original price, right? So that is our original price. So I want to with this I want to access our original price. So that is our original price. I take it with this variable, right? Now I want to do here, I want to put another condition, if there have any discount. Okay, that means if with this bicycle, okay, with this bicycle, because here I have already get this data, I take the things with this variable. So now with this bicycle, when it is there have as any discount, okay, I make it as with this bicycle. I want to access this has discount. If there have any discount, I want to create one of the new price. Okay, so I take that as a price, I name it as a price, and with this price now I want to get that percentage value. If you want to get that percentage value, then that will be our main original price. Okay, that will be as a multiple, right? That will be as a multiple, and then that will be minus from to the 100, right? So that will be a 100 minus our which price, 100 minus will be our this discount price, right? So that is our discount price. I simply pass it, and then that will be divided by with the 100. So that is the simple condition for get that percentage value. So I simply get this percentage value. Okay, so here if you want to access that discount, also we have to access it with this bicycle. So that will be as a bicycle and then the discount, right? I hope every part is very clear. So with this we get that percentage value, and I take the things with this variable as a price, and now I want to replace it. Okay, I copy it, and after this I want to place here. So after this here I paste it. So now that will be, I name it as a new price, right? I copy it, then that will be as a new price will be replaced. Okay, it will be replaced with our which things, it will be replaced with our price. Okay, so that is the price. So now here I want to with this backtick, with this backtick area I want to pass that price. Okay, now that should be updated. Now let's check this out. Click as a save all. Automatically now that will be get that our percentage value. Click as a refresh. Now it's display the price, but our value is not visible. It's only get that our string value here. Also obviously we have to make it with the curly bracket, and then also you have to use that as a $sign. Okay, and also I want to use another $sign for the amount, so that will be our amount, and that is our condition. Okay, now let's check this out. Click as a save all. Now go there, click as a refresh. Yes, you can see it's now successfully get our appropriate calculated value, and you can see that is our $sign. So this one is for our that part. Okay, and then that is our condition. Great. And if you want to check another one as a 5, now click as a enter. Now that should be another price. You can see it's successfully updated. Now our total part is become dynamic. Okay friend, I hope you like it very much. Here we get every data, and now I want to do in our next video into the home page. Okay, in our home page I want to actually load all that our JSON data. Okay, it's very simple. That is all that JSON data I want to do. I want to load it in our another page as a bicycle page, right? Here I want to load it. So how can do that work? In our next video I will show you that things with the live example. So thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video.